Guys, Saturday morning here for me in Perth. It is 10 past 11. And look, I just want to go over what happened to end the session off. So I didn't actually look at BPSM. It would have been around 8 hours ago. I think I made the uploaded the video at around 2 in the morning. And I upload straight away pretty much. I might do a couple edits or I might redo a video if I've missed something and I think it needs to feature in the video. But last night, after work, it was just straight uploaded. So it's interesting. The Dow Jones had a little bit of a recovery, but we'll see what happens on Monday. To me, it seems like there was always going to be a bit of a correction, and with inflationary talk, and interest rate rising, I don't really think in the immediate future anything's really going to happen crazy. So but if people over leveraged and things are overvalued, then they're going to have to come down. So what that just means is I still think the patterns are intact. You've just got to be a little bit more cautious. So that's sort of what's in the back of my mind. I hope in the back of your mind. Next week will be much better as well. I've got the Monday to Friday off, so I'll be trading. This week was night shift, so it was difficult. I did actually try and get to close the market 3 out of 5 times, though I had issues with stocks to trade. And if it was 20 a month, that'd be fine. But I have sent a few screenshots of, what's going on and some internet speeds when it happened and everything. So what I will say is admin, are very good with stocks to trade, and I'm running a pretty slow internet connection. So that's another disclaimer. But I'm still going to try and, stock trade. I'm not really keen to move out. I'm getting fiber optic to the curb in April. And it's going to be ready by April. It's not starting to happen in April. So that's promising. But yeah, it's an Australian thing. We have some people have very slow internet. Some people have good internet. I'm one of them that, I unfortunately don't have. It's around 2 to 6 megabytes a second. More two than 6. Average would be around, 2.5 megabytes a second. All right, so BPSM is interesting, and why I bring this up is that the blockchain and the weed sectors, those hot sort of sectors where things were just running when they would just change names, or especially with blockchain, and then the weed sector was quite active as well when it came to daily volatility. Everything sort of eased off somewhat, which is fair enough because that's the cycle of things. So, but BPSM is interesting. It did sort of finish near the higher day as well. So we'll see how this one goes into Monday. Just looking at it, and just with my psychology, the dip buys make more sense than just buying the breakout where it would hold near the previous day's high and then bust. I would really prefer a little bit of selling and then buying the dip, and I've really been watching a lot of videos on that as well. So I'm just trying to get my head around one system and then go to something else as well. What I have been doing as well, just in the background, is looking at more higher time frames and seeing what I can do with those in relation to swing trades. So, because I need to start doing that, especially whilst I'm paper trading, because that's when you can learn things and it's not costing you really any money. Obviously, there's a monthly fee, but even when you're trading, I think there's data subscription fees with brokerage accounts as well, if you've got a live account. So I don't believe it's not going to be like stocks to trade, but my concern is, though, I guess we'll see when the new internet stuff arrives in April, if I can run stocks to trade, and I probably will be going with interactive brokers. I won't really bother shorting stuff, to be honest. Just to start with, I think it's at least 10 grand though to short as well. Anyway, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So MGTI. Now I'll bring the Bitcoin price up. I know I've been blabbling on about this. This is something that the problem with MGTI is that they're very heavily correlated to Bitcoin. So for me to take out a but then there's heavy resistance at 3. It's just there's not a lot of value just to take a swing trade on this. I'll get Bitcoin up now. Respect to the people who, you know, bought down here and are just, you know, the problem is though it's just crazy though. It's, you know, very volatile. This is interesting. I mean, there is a little bit of resistance up here in the 9.5s, so we'll see. But MGTI are the biggest Bitcoin miners in the US, so that's why I bring that chart up. There is correlation there. It is interesting. There's a lawsuit. I don't know if he's the CEO of MGTI, but there's some shady stuff going on in the background. There was a Seeking Alpha article as well. And we'll see. We'll see on that. I won't bring that up, but apparently it's fake news and everything like that. So, you know, at the shortest though, there's just not as much downside potential as there is upside. I mean, the next support level really is $1.70. Obviously, $2 because it is a low price stock is going to be significant. But what it does really do well is this, and I just don't have the patience to hold this for like 2 weeks. I mean, it might go down to 150, but it's hard to tell. So, I mean, prefer not to have my capital tied up in that. You know, I'm really approaching the demo trading as I would live trading, and I understand for most people, you know, you can't really do that. But I'm sharing everything on YouTube to keep me accountable. That's my strategy, and I've actually, I did paper trade 8 months. In Forex as well, and then I transitioned to live cam, and it feels exactly the same. So I understand that seems weird, but I'm quite a competitive person, so I care. If it's one system you're applying and you're showing, you know, every month your progress and everything like that, which I'm doing the whole world, you know, it really should take most of the emotion out. If your risk management is correct, if you're getting very nervous, and that's because you have too much risk on the table, honestly. Trading shouldn't be that emotional. You know, really good traders, if you see them, they're just very, very good traders, extremely dull people. You know, like Tim says, he's not a great trader. I mean, that's obvious because he's pretty crazy. Like, good traders aren't like that. They're extremely reserved. You know, like Warren Buffett. Richard Dennis, I know a gentleman in Perth, and he's legitimately, you would not pick him for, you know, he's like the comic book guy. That's what he sort of looks like. But he's not white, so, and he's just so reserved and introverted, and it's just crazy. And those are the ones that are really good because they execute the plan and then back tested. They have the data there to support their thesis, and they just let the trade go, and they won't check in on it, you know, until they get the alert that the stops hit, or they would have a target. Most of the really good traders are trend traders, so they would have the target where the trailing exit would be moved, so it might hit like a 1R or a 2R, and then the stop loss would be moved to break even. So they might get an alert to say, hey, the trade's moved to break even, and then that's when they might manage things a little bit, depending on, you know, whether or not they just want to cash out or if they want to redirect the capital somewhere else. So, yeah, so those are my thoughts on MGTI. We're not going to get to see the biggest. Well, let's see if this works. Sometimes it does because it would just go by what happened yesterday. Poof. Oh, it does. Okay. Just trying to have a looky here. BPTH. Well, that's up a lot. See, that's way too crazy. I mean, what is that about? I just want to look at that chart, BPTH. I wouldn't really call this a watch list. The watch list will sort of come out Monday evening, 9 o'clock. So that would be 8 o'clock in the morning New York time on the Monday. Um, okay, well, I'm not even really going to approach that. There's nothing really crazy that's jumping out at me. I mean, TRV is interesting because the volume's pretty. I noticed the volume was down a little bit. Just when I was checking, either last night or earlier this morning. My plan was to keep this video short, and that sort of has what I thought it was gonna. You see where I had not responding? That's when it can get really ridiculous. Okay, so it's like a cancer treatment type drug. Diagnostics. Focus on development, commercialization of molecular genetic detection technology. Okay, well this is an interesting one. The cancer plays have been, you had ATOS, which has sort of fizzled out a little bit. I mean, I might have a look at what that's doing. Well, not quite. It's sort of, yeah, yeah, it sort of has. I'm gonna close that. That's just not even. I might check what POTN. Well, I mean, if you're really quick, there's a dip bar there, but I would never be watching it there anyway. Normally the fade would just continue, but I hit, that's some substantial support there. So, how did Snap go? I think this is about done now. The earnings was taken on board, and now people are like, "Yep, thanks, we've made our money." Probably some shareholders looking to cash out that have held positions for a while. Look, TRV is interesting, and it ended near the high in day. It is very low priced, but this could offer some volatility. We'll see. That's the conclusion, guys. Again, watch list will come Monday. I've got a couple ideas for tomorrow's video just on like a motivational video. I'll see how I'm going after work because I finish work pretty late tomorrow night, but then I have the 5 days off in a row. That's it. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.